Hey, what's up guys? Mandy Fraker coming at you again with another video. As always, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you love movies, well then you'll probably like or love my videos. So I'm here to talk to you today about how this guy, Pennywise the Clown, could have anything to do with this guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, I'm going to tell you what that is. In 1986, movie rights were purchased from a guy named Richard Bachman. Nobody had any idea who this guy was. They never heard of him. And they made a movie in 1987 called The Running Man. It was put out by Vestron Video. And this movie was about basically the collapse of the United States of America in 2017. Again, this movie was put out in 1987, so they were literally predicting the future with this movie to a degree. And totalitarian, I think the word is, society. Military law, the government censoring everything, and nobody can do anything without the government's approval. Riots in the street, people are poor. It's the kind of stuff that people talk about happening today. The government coming to take their guns, all that kind of stuff. Except that hasn't happened yet. So Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a guy named Ben Richards. He's wrongly accused of killing innocent people. He escapes from prison. And the government's way of dealing with things and getting TV stations ratings at the same time is this show, The Running Man. It was actually inspired by a Japanese quiz game that involved torturing contestants for the sake of prizes and stuff like that. Later, this movie would inspire American Gladiators. But Schwarzenegger playing Ben Richards, he finally gets captured by the authorities, and he's put on this game show called The Running Man, which is basically a show where they take dangerous criminals and say, look, we're going to pitch you against these gladiator guys, and if you win, you're free to go. You're not in prison anymore. And if you lose, well, then you're going to die, because that's the whole point, is to pit them against these people. And so that movie came out. Some of the musical numbers, dance numbers in this movie were done by Paula Abdul, so that's pretty cool. You got Jesse Ventura in the movie as well, so you got two future governors in the movie. Cool thing about this movie is they show the future in a way that it actually ends up being. A lot of these movies, you got like flying saucers and stuff, just stupid stuff, like Back to the Future 2 kind of stuff. It's like never going to happen, never will happen, never has happened. But this movie talks about things like digital face replacement. So in a scene in the movie, they take Arnold Schwarzenegger's face and they merge it with another guy's face to make it look like Schwarzenegger is really in this fight. 6 years later in Jurassic Park, they actually use that. It becomes a real piece of software that they use to put the girl, when she's running away from the Velociraptor, to put it on a stunt double's body. So that's pretty cool. You'll see another scene with Maria Conchita Alonso telling this thing in her apartment, turn the music on, turn this channel on, make toast, make coffee. Basically like Alexa. So some of that stuff really happens. Kind of cool. This Richard Bachman guy, well, before I say that, the producers sold a wheelchair business that he had to finance this movie because it was over budget, $28 million, man. And again, they bought this from a guy named Richard Bachman. Now, Richard Bachman wrote the Bachman books, okay? And one of those short stories was The Running Man. Richard Bachman was actually the author of It, Stephen King. And in the publishing world, it's commonplace to only put one book out per year, annually, so as not to saturate your brand or overdo it. So Stephen King wanted to put some more short stories out, but he didn't want to saturate his brand. And he also wanted to test and see, am I doing so well because of luck or because my books are so good? So he put out The Running Man in 1982. And 4 or 5 years later, it got picked up and turned into the movie The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And a lot of the musical numbers, I think I said, are Paula Abdul. Richard Dawson is in it. So that's pretty cool. And it was a neat little movie, man. Mostly just all action. It was like Predator and Commando. There wasn't anything special about it. But that is how, Stephen King has anything to do with The Running Man and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I hope you enjoyed my video. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you around the internet. Thanks.